Those 5 minutes are a lie. They are a surrender. You are telling the universe, you are telling your God, and worst of all, you are telling your own subconscious mind that your comfort is more important than your calling. You are choosing to sleep with your dreams rather than waking up to chase them. Listen to me closely, because this is the brutal truth that nobody wants to admit. If I could follow you for just one morning, if I could watch the first 60 minutes of your day, I could predict your entire future. Not because I am a psychic, but because your morning is a mirror. It reflects your discipline. It reflects your self-respect. It reflects exactly how much or how little you believe you are worth. When you delay waking up, when you drag yourself out of bed like a victim of your own life, you are starting your day on the defensive. You are starting in a deficit. You are letting the day happen to you instead of happening to the day. And science backs this up. There is a phenomenon called sleep inertia, that grogginess, that disorientation you feel. When you drift in and out of sleep, hitting that snooze button, you are actually deepening that state of impairment. You are chemically handicapping your brain before you've even brushed your teeth. You are choosing to be slower, weaker, and less sharp than the competition. You have to understand, the morning is not just a time of day, it is the foundation of your destiny. Every great structure stands on a foundation. And if you build your life on a foundation of laziness, procrastination, and just 5 more minutes, do not be surprised when the walls come crumbling down, when the storms of life hit, and the storms will hit. So how do we fix this? How do we build a mind that is bulletproof? It starts with a radical shift in perspective. You need to stop waking up like it's an accident and start waking up like it's a mission. Marcus Aurelius, the ruler of Rome, the philosopher king, he struggled with this too. He wrote in his journals, asking himself why he should cling to the blankets when he was born to do the work of a human being. He had to remind himself that he wasn't created to stay warm and comfortable. He was created to build, to lead, to serve. You must realize that waking up is a gift that was denied to thousands of people who didn't make it through the night. Someone took their last breath while you were sleeping. Someone's heart stopped beating while yours kept rhythm. And yet, you have the audacity to complain. You have the audacity to be bored, to be tired when your eyes open, before you check that phone, before you let the chaos of the world, the emails, the bad news, the social media comparisons hijack your brain. You must seize control. The Stoics taught us that we cannot control the world, but we can master our response to it. And that mastery begins in the quiet. This is where you build your mind. This is where you enter the mental gym. The first rep in this gym is gratitude. And I don't mean the soft greeting card version of gratitude. I mean gratitude as a weapon. I mean the kind of gratitude that shifts your entire frequency. You cannot be fearful and grateful at the same time. It is physiologically impossible. When you wake up and you immediately anchor yourself in what you are thankful for, the breath in your lungs, the roof over your head, the opportunity to try again, you are arming yourself for the battle ahead. You shift your mindset from I have to go to work to I get to go to build my legacy. You shift from I have to deal with these problems to I get to solve these challenges because I am capable. Do you feel the difference? One is a prison, the other is power. Gratitude turns what you have into enough. It turns chaos into calm. It turns complaining into clarity. But you have to do the work. You have to speak it. Words create worlds. Most people wake up and their internal monologue is a tragedy. I'm tired, I'm stressed, I'm overwhelmed. And guess what? The subconscious mind says, okay, let's make that reality. You are programming yourself for failure. Instead, you need to speak life into yourself. You need to look in that mirror and become your own commander. You say, I am enough. I am strong. I am prepared. I am the creator of my world. This isn't arrogance. This is instruction. You are giving your mind its marching orders for the day. You are washing away the fear and the restrictions that have been hanging on you from your past. Because here is the scary part. We live at the intersection of two imaginary worlds, the past and the future. The past is a ghost. It's gone. It's a story you keep telling yourself. I'm not a morning person. I'm lazy. I always quit. Those are lies from yesterday. You are not your past. You are right now. You are one decision away from a totally different life. One decision to get up. One decision to speak power. One decision to do the hard thing first. And that is the next step in building your mind. You must do something difficult. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Comfort is the soil where dreams go to die. If you want to build a mind that can withstand the pressure of life, you have to introduce it to resistance early. Maybe it's a cold shower. Maybe it's a hard workout. Maybe it's sitting in silence when your brain wants to race. You have to train your brain that you are in charge, not your feelings. Motivation is garbage. Motivation is a feeling that comes and goes like the wind. Discipline is reliable. Discipline is what stays when the excitement fades. When you do the hard thing first thing in the morning. Not because you want to, but because you said you would. You are building a reputation with yourself. You are proving to yourself that you are a person of your word. And that self-trust, that is the most powerful currency you can own. Think about the concept of momentum. In physics, an object in motion stays in motion. If you start your day stagnant, lazy, and reactive, you will spend the rest of the day chasing your tail, putting out fires, feeling behind. But if you generate momentum, if you attack the morning, that energy carries you. You become an unstoppable force. You need to establish a routine that protects your peace. Do not let the world into your head before you have strengthened your own spirit. The moment you look at that phone, you are reacting to other people's agendas. You are reacting to other people's emergencies. You are giving away your power. Keep the gate shut. Guard the castle of your mind. Use those first quiet hours for deep work. This is the state of peak concentration where you learn hard things and create quality work. This is where you separate yourself from the crowd. Most people are distracted. They are shallow. They are skimming the surface of life. But you can go deep. You can focus on the one thing that moves the needle, whether it's reading, writing, strategizing, or praying. Do it with total focus. Focus creates energy. When you are scattered, you are exhausted. When you are focused, you are alive. And don't just drift through these tasks. Set a target. A sniper doesn't just shoot bullets into the air hoping to hit something. They aim. Ask yourself, what is the one thing I must accomplish today to make this day a win? Define it. Visualize it. Attack it. There is a concept called amor fati, a love of fate. It means accepting whatever the day brings, the good and the bad, and using it as fuel. When you build your mind in the morning, you are preparing yourself for the chaos. You are premeditating the adversity. You are saying, I know things might go wrong today. People might be rude. Plans might fail. But I am ready. My mind is a fortress. I will not be shaken. This is how you become dangerous. Not dangerous to others, but dangerous to your own limitations. Dangerous to your excuses. Dangerous to that voice in your head that says you can't. You have to realize that your life is shrinking or expanding in proportion to your courage. And courage is forged in the morning. It takes courage to get out of a warm bed. It takes courage to sit in silence with your own thoughts. It takes courage to plan a future that is bigger than your past. Imagine your life as a book. You are the author. Every morning is a blank page. Are you going to let your fatigue write the chapter? Are you going to let your fear hold the pen? Or are you going to grab that pen with a firm hand and write a story of triumph, a story of discipline, a story of someone who refused to stay down? You are not your parents' limitations. You are not your past mistakes. You are not your trauma. You are the creator of your own experience. But you have to claim that power. It is not given, it is taken. There is a story about a man walking through a circus who sees a massive elephant tied to a small wooden stake with a flimsy rope. The elephant could easily snap the rope and walk away, but it doesn't. Why? Because when it was a baby, it was tied with the same rope. Back then, it wasn't strong enough to break free. It tried and failed, so it learned helplessness. It accepted the lie that it was trapped. You are that elephant. The rope is your past. The rope is your excuse. The rope is I'm not a morning person, but you have grown. You are stronger now. You have greatness within you that you haven't even tapped into yet. All you have to do is wake up and realize that the rope is a lie. You can snap it. You can walk away from the person you used to be, but you have to make that decision every single morning. The morning is the training ground. It is the practice field for the rest of your life. If you cheat here, you cheat everywhere. If you cut corners here, you will cut corners on your dreams. Every time you keep a promise to yourself in the dark of the early morning, you are stacking evidence that you are a winner. And let's talk about that word winning. Winning isn't just about trophies. Winning is an internal battle. It is conquering the part of you that wants to be average. It is conquering the part of you that is addicted to comfort. You have to be allergic to average. You have to be obsessed with becoming the person you were capable of becoming. Listen to me. There are ghosts around your bed right now. The ghost of the ideas you never acted on. The ghost of the talents you never used. The ghost of the dreams you were too scared to chase. They are standing there, watching you sleep, waiting to see if today is the day you finally wake up. They are angry. They are disappointed because only you can give them life. And if you die without birthing them, they die with you. Don't let your dreams die in the comfort of your sheets. You need to understand that your body is going to fight you. Your body wants to hibernate. Your body wants the path of least resistance. But you are not your body. You are the captain of the ship. You command the body. When you say move, it moves. When you say rise, it rises. Do not negotiate with your weakness. Negotiating with weakness is the beginning of the end. When you start your day with this level of intensity, with this level of intention, the universe notices. Life starts to support you. You start to see opportunities where you used to see obstacles. You start to see solutions where you used to see problems. You become a magnet for the things you want because you are vibrating at a frequency of discipline and power. But it requires consistency. You cannot do this once and expect a miracle. You cannot be a lion one day and a sheep the next. It is the daily repetition that carves the canyon. It is the relentless pursuit of your best self, day after day, morning after morning. There is a peace that comes from knowing you did not leave anything on the table. There is a satisfaction that comes from looking in the mirror at the end of the day and knowing you started strong and you finished strong. So I'm asking you, what are you going to do when that alarm goes off tomorrow? Are you going to hit snooze and drift back into the mediocrity that has been suffocating you? Are you going to lie there and let your doubts paralyze you? Or are you going to rise like a warrior preparing for battle? Are you going to rise with the hunger of someone who knows their time is limited? This life, it is passing by. The sand is running through the hourglass. You don't have time to waste one more morning. You don't have time to be tired. You don't have time to be uninspired. You have a destiny to catch. You have to build your mind so strong that nothing can break it. Not the traffic, not the rude boss, not the financial stress, not the failures. You build that armor in the morning. You sharpen that sword in the silence. In that silence, you are doing something far more profound than just preparing for a commute or a job. You are engaging in the ancient sacred act of self-creation. But you must understand the nature of the enemy you face in those first few moments. Science calls it sleep inertia. That heavy, groggy feeling where your cognition is reduced, your alertness is dampened, and your desire to return to the void is overwhelming. It is a biological fact that your brain does not simply snap into high gear. The prefrontal cortex, the seat of your decision-making, and your willpower takes time to come online. But here is where the warrior distinguishes himself from the coward. The coward feels that fog and thinks, I am tired, I need more rest. The warrior feels that fog and recognizes it as the first weight to be lifted, the first resistance to be broken. You must realize that this grogginess is not a signal to stop. It is the friction of re-entering reality. And you cannot think your way out of it. You must move your way out of it. This is why the body must be engaged before the mind can be mastered. You have to break the inertia physically. When your body stays heavy, stuck and stagnant in those sheets, your mind absorbs that sluggishness. Lethargy in the limbs becomes lethargy in the soul. You need to shock the system, whether it is a cold shower, a set of push-ups, or simply walking out the door to face the sky. You must generate energy, because energy is not given to you, it is created by you. Think of your body as the engine. If the engine is broken, the journey stops, no matter how clear the map is. When you move, you are not just burning calories, you are stimulating your nervous system, you are resetting your biology, and you are telling your subconscious mind that you are the driver, not the passenger. You are signaling that you are ready for war. And make no mistake, it is a war against the mediocrity that wants to settle in your bones. Once the body is awake, you must turn your attention to the fortress of your mind. And this is where most people commit spiritual suicide before 8 a.m. They wake up, and the first thing they do is reach for that glowing rectangle. They open the gates of their mind and let the Trojan horse in. They scroll, they check emails, they look at the news, they look at the lives of other people, and in doing so, they hand the keys of their castle to strangers. You are letting the chaos of the world, the demands of your boss, the fear of the economy, and the fake perfection of social media dictate your emotional state before you have even defined it for yourself. You cannot build a kingdom if you are constantly defending the walls against incoming arrows. You need to keep the drawbridge up. You need to protect your peace with a ferocity that scares people. That time, that golden hour, is yours. It does not belong to the internet. It does not belong to the news cycle. It belongs to the construction of your character. If you start your day reacting to a text, reacting to a headline, reacting to a notification, you will live your entire life in reaction. You will be a leaf blowing in the wind of other people's agendas. You must stop reacting and start creating. And what are you creating? You are creating a perspective that is bulletproof. This brings us to the most misunderstood tool in your arsenal: gratitude. I am not talking about a soft, passive, everything is nice kind of gratitude. I am talking about gratitude as a weapon of mass reconstruction. You see, the human mind has a negativity bias. It is wired to look for threats, for lack, for what is missing. If you do not intervene, your default setting will be to scan your life for problems. Gratitude is the manual override. When you take those few minutes to aggressively hunt for the good, the fact that your lungs are expanding, the fact that you have a vision, the fact that you have a chance to fight another day, you are changing the chemical composition of your brain. You cannot be angry and grateful at the same time. You cannot be fearful and grateful at the same time. It is physiologically impossible. When you stand in gratitude, you are standing in a state of abundance, not scarcity. You are telling the universe, I have enough, I am enough, and from this place of power, I will move forward. But be careful. Do not fall into the trap of looking sideways. There is a story of a crow who was weeping because he wasn't a swan, and the swan was unhappy because he wasn't a parrot, and the parrot was miserable because he wasn't a peacock. They were all trapped in a cage of comparison, blind to their own freedom. When you look at others on that screen in the morning, you are judging your behind-the-scenes footage against their highlight reel. It is a game you cannot win. Stop looking at them. Look at you. Look at the mirror. That is your competition. That is the only person you need to be better than today. Now, once you have primed the body and centered the spirit, you must sharpen the intellect. You must engage in what the masters call deep work. The world is addicted to the shallow. People are skimming the surface of life, multitasking, distracted, bouncing from one notification to the next like a pinball. But the treasures of this life, the breakthroughs, the masterpieces, the legacy-defining achievements, they are found in the deep. Deep work is that state of peak concentration where you push your cognitive capabilities to their limit. It is where you learn hard things quickly. It is where you produce work that is too good to be ignored. But this requires a ruthless elimination of distraction. You have to treat your focus like it is the most valuable currency on earth. Because it is. If you are checking your phone every 20 minutes, You are not working. You are just being busy. You are leaving residue of your attention everywhere, and you are operating at a fraction of your potential. You need to block out that time. Maybe it's 60 minutes, maybe it's 90, but in that time you are untouchable. You are a monk in the temple of your craft. You are not available. You are building. Whether you are writing a book, building a business, or crafting a body, you must go deep. The shallow work, the emails, the logistics, that is just the work about work. That doesn't move the needle. Deep work moves the world. And as you work, you must prepare yourself for the storm. The Stoics had a practice called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. This sounds dark, but it is actually the most optimistic thing you can do. Before you step out that door, you visualize the challenges. You tell yourself, today I might meet an ungrateful person. Today I might hit a traffic jam. Today the technology might fail. Today I might get rejected. You don't do this to worry. You do this to rehearse your response. You do this so that when the chaos hits, you don't panic. You say, I was expecting you. I am ready for you. You strip the external world of its power to surprise you or hurt you. You realize that you cannot control the weather, you cannot control the economy, and you cannot control the opinions of others. But you have absolute, total, God-given command over your own mind. This is the dichotomy of control. If it's not in your control, you do not give it your energy. You do not let it steal your peace. You focus entirely on your own actions, your own integrity, your own effort. This makes you dangerous. It makes you unshakable. While everyone else is losing their minds because things didn't go their way, you are calm. You are centered. You are already moving to the next solution, and you must set a target. A ship without a destination is just drifting wood. Most people wake up and just hope to survive the day. They hope nothing goes wrong. They are playing defense. Winners play offense. You need to ask yourself, what is the one thing that if I accomplish today, this day is a victory, not a to-do list of 50 trivial items that make you feel busy. One major strike, one high-value target. When you identify that target, you attack it with everything you have. You do the hardest thing first. You eat the frog. You don't wait for motivation to strike. Motivation is a fair weather friend. It's unreliable. You rely on discipline. You rely on the system you have built. You do it because you said you would. And every time you keep a promise to yourself, you are adding a brick to the fortress of your self-esteem. You are building evidence. You are proving to yourself who you are. This is how you change your identity. You don't just snap your fingers and become a new person. You cast a vote for the new you every single time you choose the hard path over the easy one. Every time you put down the phone and pick up the book. Every time you choose the salad over the donut. Every time you bite your tongue instead of lashing out. You are voting. And eventually, the evidence becomes so overwhelming that you have no choice but to believe you are a champion. But let's be honest. There is a voice in your head right now. A quiet, insidious whisper. It's the voice of your past. It's the voice of your old self. It's saying, who do you think you are? You failed before. You're not disciplined. You're not smart enough. That voice is a liar. It is a ghost haunting a house that you are renovating. You have to understand that you live at the intersection of two imaginary worlds. The past and the future. The past is gone. It is dead. It has no power over you unless you carry it with you like a corpse on your back. The fact that you were lazy yesterday does not mean you have to be lazy today. The fact that you quit 10 years ago does not mean you have to quit this morning. You are one decision away from a totally different life. You can drop the baggage. You can sever the rope. Remember the elephant in the circus? Tied to a small wooden stake? It stays there not because the stake is strong, but because the elephant believes it is weak. It was tied up when it was a baby, and it learned helplessness. You are that elephant. You have accepted limits that do not exist. You have accepted a narrative that is outdated. Break the rope. Snap it. You are not who you were. You are who you choose to be in this very moment, and you must speak this truth into existence. The words you use are the software code of your mind. If you walk around saying, I'm tired, I'm stressed, I'm anxious, your brain says, understood, executing stress protocol. You have to hijack that internal monologue. You have to stand in the mirror and speak life. I am strong. I am capable. I am a force of nature. I am the architect of my destiny. That is the valley of despair. That is where most people quit. They work for a week, they don't see the $1 million, they don't see the six-pack abs, and they give up. But you know better. You know that the bamboo tree grows underground for 5 years before it breaks the surface. You are growing roots. You are building a foundation so deep that when you finally rise, you will tower over the landscape. Consistency is the key. Intensity is splashy, but consistency is lethal. Water cuts through rock, not because of its strength, but because of its persistence. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be relentless. If you fall, you get up. If you miss a day, you don't spiral into shame. You get back on the path immediately. You treat failure not as a destination, but as data. You learn something. Good. Now apply it and keep moving. And when you rise, you must understand that the battle has only just shifted fronts. You have conquered the bed. You have conquered the sleep inertia. And you have conquered the initial silence. But now you must conquer the noise. The moment you step out into the world will try to convince you that you are small. It will try to convince you that you are behind. It will try to convince you that everyone else has it figured out except for you. This is the trap of comparison, and it is the quickest way to unbuild everything you just built in your morning routine. There is a fable about a crow who was weeping because he wasn't a swan, and the swan was unhappy because he wasn't a parrot, and the parrot was miserable because he wasn't a peacock. They were all trapped in a cycle of misery, blind to their own value because they were obsessed with someone else's feathers. You cannot build a legendary life if you are constantly looking sideways. You have to stay in your lane. You have to run your race. If you compare yourself to others, you will never be happy. You will be the saddest person in the world because there is always someone with more. You have to realize that you are not here to compete with them. You are here to outwork the person you were yesterday. That is your only competition. You need to look in the mirror and be full of yourself. And I don't mean arrogance. I mean, you need to be filled with your own potential, not empty and looking for validation from the outside. We spend too much time half-assing our lives, half believing in ourselves, waiting for permission to be great. Give yourself the credit. Give yourself the command. And once you have your blinders on, once you are focused on your path, you must fall in love with the work. We live in a world that sells you the dream, but hides the work. They show you the trophy, but they don't show you the sweat. They show you the millionaire lifestyle, but they don't show you the 3 a.m. mornings. And you have to be willing to do what others won't do today, so you can have what others won't have tomorrow. Hard work is required. There is no magic wand. If you want to build a mind and a life that stands the test of time, you cannot cut corners. Every A is not an A. If you cheated to get it, if you took a shortcut, you didn't learn, and you are robbing yourself of the character required to sustain success. You have to put in the work. You have to grind, and sometimes you have to work while you wait. That is the hardest part. You are working, you are sweating, you are sacrificing, and you don't see the result yet. You don't see the money yet. You don't see the recognition yet. But you cannot stop. You have to work while you wait. Because if you stop, when the opportunity finally comes, you won't be ready. You are building a reservoir of discipline. You are building a spirit that refuses to be denied. You are telling the universe that you are serious. And listen to me, this journey will require sacrifice. You cannot take your old self into your new future. You have to sacrifice the old way of thinking, the old way of doing, the old way of being. You might have to sacrifice some friends who are comfortable in their mediocrity. You might have to sacrifice your leisure time. You might have to sacrifice your comfort zone. Comfort is the enemy. If you are comfortable, you are not growing. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable, to be tired, to be misunderstood. There is a pain that hurts you, and there is a pain that changes you. Choose the pain that changes you. Choose the pain of discipline over the pain of regret. Because I promise you, the pain of regret weighs tons, but the pain of discipline only weighs ounces. You don't want to reach the end of your life and wonder what if. You don't want to look back and see a graveyard of buried potential. You have to understand that failure is not the end. It is part of the process. If life knocks you down, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. A setback is nothing but a setup for a comeback. Do not let a bad day convince you that you have a bad life. Do not let a moment of defeat define your identity. You are not your failures. You are not your mistakes. You are the person who decides to rise after the fall. You have greatness in you. I don't know who you are. I don't know where you came from. I don't know what trauma you have endured, but I know that you have greatness in you. You were created on purpose for a purpose, but you have to believe it. You have to sell yourself on your own dream every single day. You have to look in the mirror and say, it is possible. Even when you don't know how you are going to do it, you must commit to that. You will do it. The how is none of your business in the beginning. The commitment is your business. Once you commit, the way will appear. Don't let your logic talk you out of your destiny. Don't let your fear disguised as being practical stop you from starting. Fear is a liar. Fear will tell you that you aren't ready. Fear will tell you that you aren't smart enough. But you must ask yourself, what is the cost of my fear? The cost is your life. The cost is your legacy. You have to feel the fear and do it anyway. You have to step out into the unknown, because that is where the magic happens. That is where you find out who you really are. Just imagine for a moment that you are on your deathbed. You are lying there, your breath is shallow, and your time is up. And standing around your bed are the ghosts of the ideas, the dreams, the abilities, and the talents given to you by life. But you, for whatever reason, you never pursued them. You never acted on those ideas. You never used those gifts. You were too scared. You were too lazy. You were too busy trying to fit in. And those ghosts, they are standing there looking at you with large, angry eyes. They are saying, we came to you, and only you could have given us life, and now we must die with you forever. Do you want that to be your story? Do you want to die with your music still inside you? Or do you want to empty yourself out? Do you want to arrive at the grave used up, worn out, having given everything you had to this life? The choice is yours, and you make that choice every single morning. When that alarm goes off, you are voting for who you want to be. You are casting a vote for the hero or the victim. You are casting a vote for the dreamer or the sleeper. You are building evidence of your identity. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you are stacking proof that you are a winner. And confidence isn't magic. Confidence is the reputation you have with yourself. So stop negotiating with yourself. Stop making deals with your weakness. Stop telling yourself tomorrow. Tomorrow is a lie. Tomorrow is where dreams go to die. You only have today. You only have this moment. You only have right now. You are always one decision away from a totally different life. One decision to wake up. One decision to work out. One decision to speak kindness. One decision to focus. One decision to forgive. One decision to go all in. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to the version of you that is waiting in the future. That future you is begging you to get up. That future you is begging you to push through the pain. That future you is looking back at this moment right now, hoping that you make the right choice. Don't let them down. Build your mind. Fortify your spirit. Guard your focus. You are the architect. You are the author. You hold the pen. Stop letting the world write your story. Stop letting your past write your story. Turn the page. Write a new chapter. Write a chapter of victory. Write a chapter of resilience.